3 down, 1 to go. Trophée des Champions in the bag. Ligue 1 in the bag. Coupe de France in the bag. Champions League pending. One more week. 3 down, 1 to go. Domestic treble done. All eyes now on the Champions League, because as good as this game was, PSG win their 16th ever Coupe de France title with a 3-0 win. Honestly, guys, let's be honest. This game, it was a formality. We're playing Reims, who they themselves are battling for a relegation playoff. Was I ever worried about this game? Absolutely not. I was just get this game over with, win, no injuries, no nothing, and then all eyes, all focus on that Champions League final. And we did that. And honestly, the game went as perfect as I could have wanted to go. My prediction was 3-1. We ended up 3-0. And honestly, now, based on how that first half finished, you're almost like, could we have gone for a bit more goals? Could we have? But no, we've done what we need to do. We've done all of this. And especially, I know, all the Barca fans who are secretly coming and hate watching this game, hate watch unsuccessful, are going to have to wait one more week. And hopefully, inshallah, 𝐃𝐎�𝐿𝐍, by God's grace, another unsuccessful hate watch for you guys. Get the hate out of your heart. Get the hate out of your heart. But going on to this game, just the start of the game was perfect. We dominated the game. Typical, I think Reims, funnily enough, actually had a pretty decent head-to-head against us for a 3-0 win overall. In the last couple of games, at least, I think we hadn't beaten Reims in like 5 games, or we'd gotten 1 win in 5 games. So actually, in terms of the head-to-head, they've been pretty good. And if I'm not mistaken, this year, we didn't beat them. Home and away, we drew both times against them. So it's nice to also get a win against them finally in the league. But talking about the final itself, typical as you would go and as you'd expect. Barcola Bray scored in the 16th, 19th minute, bang, bang. And then Hakimi scored in the 43rd, wrapped up the game basically in the first half. And after that, it was completely done. Second half, we should have shut up shop, didn't really give them too much more. And as expected, I would have thought maybe at halftime I was going and saying, do we potentially go for the record? I think the record for the biggest margin of victory in a Coupe de France game was, 5-0 and by Nice over Nantes in 1955. I'm like, hey, this is a year of records. Let's go break that one. But hey, you know what? At the end of the day, whether you win 3-0, 5-0, 7-0, doesn't really matter. We won. We got a clean sheet. No one's injured. I'm happy. The only slight thing maybe at the beginning of the game was that 𝐃𝐎𝐿𝐍 was in the starting 11 to begin with, but was replaced for 𝙎𝙊𝘾𝙖𝑎𝑑, and I think he didn't come onto the game or whatnot, even left early. I think it was because he was suffering migraines, but shouldn't be anything serious. I 100% expect him to be there in 7 days' time against Inter Milan in the final. Apart from that, the performance today was perfectly fine. I don't think anybody had to flop. We scored 3 goals pretty quickly. We shut up shop. We got the kids to be able, we got Mayulu in, we got Warren in, we got be able to make subs, rest players. Maybe slight downside, in which I'll go on, and as I get into the player ratings today, is maybe Ousmane Dembélé today. Probably should have, at least you would have wanted him to get his goal. But even despite that, I still think he's pretty good today. And now going on into the play itself, starting off with the goalkeeper, I was actually pretty surprised that Safonov actually started. I would have thought that he would have played his best 11 in preparation, especially for the final in a week's time. But you also got to say that Safonov's been your main cup keeper, and so you don't want to change tradition. The tradition, the normality of the season, and also if he's been your guy in the cup competition, I also think it's in a sense rewarding him. He's been your guy, and then hasn't really had any issues there. So great in that aspect. For the back line, I think didn't really have much to do. I thought Pacha was good. I thought Mendes was good. I thought Marquinhos was excellent again. I thought Hakimi obviously got a goal, was running up and down. Just honestly, the more and more you watch him play and whatnot, I'm going seriously thinking, if we go and obviously we do well in that final and we win it, Hakimi, top 5 Ballon d'Or shouts is not the craziest thing I've ever heard. Top 10, I think for sure. I think he should finish in the top 10 based on the performances. You think of the goal contribution, I think today with that goal that he scored today, that's his 8th goal this season for PSG. 8 as a right back. So just again, another great performance from Hakimi. And then the midfield today, impeccable. 𝙎𝙊𝘾𝙖𝑎𝑑 Neves for me, the signing of the year. You can bring any other team and all this stuff. 𝙎𝙊 Neves. In French, as PSG fans, it's not even 𝙎𝙊 Neves, it's 𝙎𝙎 Neves. 𝙎𝙎 translates to jewel. He is a jewel on the pitch. He just this guy is a pit bull on the pitch out there. Anywhere you go, you look left, you look right, you look up, you look down. He's there. He's there. He's omnipresent. This guy has mastered Naruto 𝙎𝙊𝘾𝙄𝑼𝙠 technique. He's everywhere. Everywhere and anywhere you need to be, he is there. But no, honestly, João Neves, quelle pépite, what a player. Quel joueur, mais franchement, what a player. Vitinha, again, arguably based on this was the worst of the midfielders, but still another just Vitinha's performance, dictating the play, being the maestro in that midfield. Another great performance by him. And Fabian Ruiz, first and foremost, I am sorry for saying that. First of all, we're going full screen for this one. I have had my moments with you this season, but honestly, since 2025, and especially after February, the big games came around. Fabian Ruiz, I can no longer call you that. From now on, it's Señor Fabian Ruiz Peña, because oh my goodness, this guy defensively, he's there. The positioning, he's there. This guy is playing. It looks like he's playing from a bird's eye view. He just knows intrinsically where the ball is. Now he probably could have had some better finishes and so on and so forth. Maybe his passing could have been a bit better. But overall today, 8.7 for Fabian Ruiz. What a game by him. What a game by him. And going on to the rest of the attack, I spoke about 𝙬𝙬 Again, what a player he had. He almost had a shot that just whistled above the crossbar. 2 assists today, decisive in a final. Came on, wasn't expecting to start and whatnot. Come on, does a shift, and he's a difference maker. What a ball for that first goal, and did his bit. Then moving on to Dembélé, who I would probably go and say is today is probably what the player who you'd say is probably was the most the most disappointing. But even still today, I mean, he played the 90 minutes. Sure, probably should have had a goal. I thought he was dynamic. He was dribbling. If I look at I think he had two out of 2 successful dribbles, 2 shots on target. He did his thing. I think also he was also not helped by the fact that the goalkeeper today was also playing really well and out of the world for 𝙬𝙬 as well. But he did his bit. Sure, maybe at times he had touches that were a bit too long and whatnot. I'm not necessarily sure for the fact that he's not had nearly as many game minutes as he probably could have had. He's only played 2 proper full games in the last month or so. So perhaps that comes into play and whatnot. But I think it's just sometimes you're on it, sometimes you're not. And if it's a Coupe de France game, he still had a fine game by any means, and he's not been terrible by any means. It's just that, at least if you can find his shooting boots, be there, put things on target, and if he's saving that hat trick, that Ballon d'Or-esque performance for the final, I'm all for it. Doesn't matter what you're doing this Coupe de France, we're more than enough. It's just, that 31st, we need you there. So Ousmane Dembélé, even though it wasn't his best performance today, I thought he was still excellent today. And then to get on to the man of the match, uncontested, Bradley Barcola. Even though today, I would say, even in terms of the play, I thought he was pretty good. But, I mean, in terms of dribbling, I think he got 2 out of 5. So it wasn't the best in terms of his dribbling today, but 3 out of 3 shots on target, 2 goals, was involved, making runs in behind, was causing havoc to the defense, got an assist as well, involved in every single one of your goals. I mean, this is the Barcola I want to see. And I hope to see this finishing, whether he starts next Saturday, whether he's coming off the bench. I need to see this type of clinicality from Bradley Barcola once again. And again, it's just, another great performance. Lucho got everything right. The tactics were right. Decided to rotate the squad again in the second half, which I think, based on things, I think if we didn't have the Champions League final next week around, then I think, you go and you try to stat pad. But for this game, 3-0 halftime, the game's done. You got Reims, who they themselves are going to be going and playing a playoff next week. They came in a low block. You don't want to get injuries and whatnot. You go, you rotate the kids, you don't concede. Honestly, I can't. There's nothing to fault. For me, this is as close to a perfect game based on these scenarios that you could have had. And it means that PSG go into the Champions League final on the 31st of May, 2025, with a chance to win not a treble, but a quadruple this season. And we'll be there. Thank you very much. And I look forward to seeing you guys then. And remember, stay safe, stay kind, and stay blessed. Godspeed.